With nothing but a dream, she changed everything. She had no mentor, no funding, no favor. No one saying you've got this, no path carved for her to follow. What she had was a dream, small in the beginning, barely a whisper. But it burned, not with noise, but with purpose. She didn't grow up with open doors, only walls, some built by circumstance, some by people who didn't believe in people like her. They said success wasn't for someone from here. They said her dreams were too big, too bold, too foolish for someone so ordinary. But dreams don't need approval. They need breath, and she gave hers to it every single day. She failed again and again, but she never folded. She fell hard, but she always rose, quietly stronger than before. She didn't post about the struggle, didn't broadcast the night she almost gave up. No one saw her sitting on cold floors, Googling answers, teaching herself the things no one would show. And so she stepped into the spotlight she created for herself, embracing the whispers of admiration that finally reached her ears. As the crowd marveled at her work, they began to understand the depths of her struggle. Each piece told a story of tears, triumphs, and the relentless pursuit of dreams. In the shadows where she had once stood alone, now glimmered a light illuminating the path she forged through adversity. With every brushstroke she painted not just canvases, but her legacy proving that belief can mold reality and determination can carve a future from uncertainty. She learned to carry doubt and determination in the same heart, to cry and still create, to hear no and still move forward. No support, no spotlight, no shortcut, only this dream, growing louder inside her every time the world told her to stop. And then, slowly but suddenly, what once seemed impossible began to look inevitable. Not because the world changed, but because she did. The girl who had nothing but belief became the woman who built everything. They didn't see the climb, only the summit. They didn't hear her doubts, only her victory. They didn't understand. This wasn't luck. It was earned. One lonely, determined, invisible step at a time. Now when they say her name, it's with reverence, not ridicule. They pause, as if the syllables carry weight now. As if they finally realize they once spoke too lightly about someone who was never meant to be small. Now when they tell her story, it doesn't begin with praise. It begins with all the things she wasn't. Not chosen, not supported, not expected to make it. It begins with doubt, but it always ends in awe, because she didn't just succeed, she shattered the mold. She didn't just rise, she rewrote the meaning of rising. She didn't climb a ladder, she built her own. Out of broken pieces, closed doors, and whispered prayers, she became proof, living, breathing, undeniable proof that you don't need a head start to reach something greater. She redefined what success could look like. Not fame without purpose, not wealth without peace, but freedom, wholeness, joy. Built not from what was handed to her, but from what she refused to surrender. For every girl who walks alone, holding nothing but grit and a vision, she stands now as a lighthouse. Not to say, but to whisper gently, you can too. All she had was fire in her chest and a dream she refused to let die. But that dream, it lived. And because of her, so will many more.